Yo, we in the building. What's up, y'all? I know it's a lot of Trump supporters out there, and I'm not going to sit here and knock anybody, right? But it's definitely true that you guys were saying that tariffs wasn't going to hurt us, that we was going to be good, and for the last 4 months, anybody who said tariffs was a bad idea, it's going to hurt Americans. You guys all said that we didn't know what we was talking about, and we were trying to tell you guys, no, this is bad. Economists trying to tell you guys, but anybody with any type of facts or expertise, none of that mattered. It's just like if Trump said that tariffs were fine, you guys said tariffs were fine, not questioning nothing. It's like it's an alternative reality sometimes. Whatever he says is law, no matter else is telling you. Well, now they switched courses over the last what 2 3 months or 2 3 weeks after they've seen that these tariffs are driving America's economy down. They're telling you that now recessions are good. Um, we're gonna lose money as a country. That's good. Christmas is gonna be less. That's good. They want you to believe that all this turmoil America is gonna go through is good. For what? To rebuild America in somebody else's vision. That's a good thing. There's no guarantees on the other end, but they want us to sacrifice with no guarantees for something that's never been done before. No guarantees, but this is supposed to be a good thing. I don't understand anymore. But regardless, this podcast is about one thing only. You guys said for the whole time the tariffs were not to hurt Americans. You told your fellow Americans, "Oh, be okay. It's cool. Don't worry about it. He knows what he's doing." Well, now from under you guys, and he's telling the truth. And now a lot of you guys are like idiots. You're going to continue. That's going to continue because every time you guys follow him, he's going to pull the rug under you. So let's take a look at this, y'all. And this is crazy. This whole press conference, he's basically telling you, yeah, America's going to hurt. So let's take a look, y'all. This is crazy. Here we go. We'll start from the well, no, we'll start from here. Okay, so this is the press conference yesterday. You guys got to see this.
We start today with more crimes being proposed by the White House at this completely unhinged cabinet meeting that took place this week, from which we're still trying to recover. And it's hard to even go over all of the concerning and disturbing aspects of it. The president pointed to using the Insurrection Act to send troops to the border. Now, as some of you I know are aware, because we've talked about it before, it is not kosher, for lack of a better term, to use the military for domestic law enforcement. There are exceptions to that, limited exceptions, and Trump has come to believe that just saying we've got to use the Insurrection Act of people coming over the border is an insurrection, and therefore I'm legally justified in sending military to the border would be legally okay. Legal experts certainly don't agree with that, but listen to this.
But we have a country that's under siege. We have a country that really is under, I think it's under attack. In many ways, worse than under attack because there are no uniforms. You don't know who the attacker is, so you really don't. It's not like you're fighting an army. You're fighting people. You don't even know who they are. But 11,888 murderers, many of them murdered far more than one person, are roaming. Now, some of them have already been caught. A lot of them have already been caught and taken out. But we're being impeded by judges from doing our job. And hopefully that situation is going to be solved, because I think nobody wants to have murderers and people from jail, and I mean for serious, serious crime.
So there's the idea. use the military for domestic law enforcement, an extraordinarily authoritarian move, a wildly legally dubious thing to do, but we've sort of come to expect it from this administration. Now, in another terrifying moment, Trump casually says, as a result of the China tariffs, a lot of the stuff we don't
Here it
need.
is.
And we'll have some open shelves, someone said, but you know what? Maybe you'll have 2 options for dolls instead of 30.
But I
That's
told you before,
bogus.
they're having tremendous difficulty because their factories are not doing business. They made $1 trillion with Biden, $1 trillion, even $1.1 trillion with Biden selling us stuff. Much of it we don't need. Somebody said, oh, the shelves are going to be open. Well, maybe the children will have $2 instead of $30.
That's crazy.
And maybe the $2 will cost a couple of bucks more than they would normally. But
That's crazy.
Unfortunately, Trump says,
There you go. He told y'all.
kids will only have 2 dolls to choose from
There you
rather
go.
than 30. And maybe they'll cost a couple of
Finally
bucks.
tell the truth.
And this shows such a
After all this
fundamental
time.
lack of understanding of the percentages and ratios and proportions that are implicit here. If you really are talking about $2 instead of 30 with level demand,
Listen,
it's not going to be a couple of bucks more.
it don't
Because
make
all of
sense.
a sudden, all of the demand for dolls is going to be distributed over a fraction of the availability.
Only the rich gonna get the dolls.
2 dolls instead of 30. That's less than 10% of the dolls that were previously available. So I'm with you in the sense that a lot of this cheap Chinese crap, I'm sort of a minimalist at heart. I try not to buy anything I don't genuinely need, even stuff for the show where it's like, well, I don't know exactly which cable I need. Let me get like 3 or 4 different cables and just like whatever. No, I really try to be thoughtful and not have any extra stuff. But to the extent that this is going to be affordable for the American people, if we have 2 dolls instead of 30, we're talking about
We ain't free no more. We don't get choices no more.
Increase in price.
No more
Not
choices.
A couple of dollars more. Now, at another moment during this thing, Howard Lutnick said that people are asking him about buying 10 of these gold cards, which will get you citizenship in the United States.
So much as I travel around, the attention on the Trump gold card, I mean, it makes me very popular. Last night, I was out to dinner, and someone came up and said, can I buy 10? And how do I buy 10? And I'm like, that's pretty good. It's $50 million for dinner. So, I was paying for my dinner.
Money is just flowing in, if you believe Howard Lutnick, from people who are desperate to buy their way into the United States. What a scam.
America for sale.
What a complete and total scam.
America for sale.
And then finally, chillingly, Trump justifying ignoring judges when they are radical left horrible judges. Whether a court order needs to be listened to, I guess, depends on whether Trump assesses the politics of the judge favorably.
These are radical left, generally radical left, horrible judges. And we didn't lose all of these people. We've lost a lot of people to death and to rape, all sorts of crimes committed by the people that poured into our country. And they came in totally unimpeded. Just come on in. And you see it every night. You'd see thousands and tens of thousands of people pouring into our country. We have no idea who they are. And to this day, we're looking for people. We have no idea. We hear that we have terrorists in our country that are so bad, they couldn't stay in any other country, but we're getting them out. And the group between Pete and Christie and Tom Holman and everybody working together, people that you would least suspect are reporting them, getting it, and the public is reporting.
We are all working together, regardless of what courts or judges say, to do what we've determined a priori is the right thing to do. If that's not terrifying authoritarianism, I don't know what is. We have reached the shrinkage is actually good phase of the Trump economy with Peter Navarro. Peter Navarro is Donald Trump's former trade advisor, and he's sort of like an.
That's what they tell me. Throw your money in the stock market, even though it's crashing. Keep throwing your money in the stock market. You people are GDP. Different.
And he is telling us this is actually a good thing. Let me explain it to you. You might be saying, wait, I thought economic growth was good. No. Economic shrinkage is good.
I got to say just one thing about today's news. That's the best negative print I've ever seen in my life.
Listen to this.
And
Listen.
the markets need to look beneath the surface of that. We had a 22% increase in domestic investment. That is off the charts when you strip out inventories and the negative effects of the surge in imports because of the tariffs. You had 3% growth.
Did you guys catch what he just did? He's been telling us the tariffs are phenomenal for months. And now he goes, if we remove the negative effects of the tariffs, which I have never previously acknowledged is a thing, if you remove all of the bad things that the tariffs are doing, then we actually had growth, as if that's supposed to be reassuring.
Wow.
This is like an Orwellian up is down, down is up, black is white sort of thing. Shrinkage is growth. If you remove all the calories, the cheeseburger is a very low-calorie thing. And it's not just Peter Navarro, because over at the White House, they've been running the same play. Here's White House Deputy Secretary.
They think people stupid, man. I swear, they treat us like we're stupid.
Says, Biden had a lot of a role there. He was president 20 days after all.
Some matters of the economy. It was reported this morning there was a slight shrinking in the GDP. What's the response of the White House to that?
Well, look, if you break it down, there is an outsized influence of January in that report. Remember, this president wasn't elected until January 20th. The GDP is a backward-looking indicator, but all the other indicators that we do have from that report and others show that there is a really positive trend for this president's new golden age that he is unleashing. Investment is up 22%. That is a testament to all of these conversations he's having with 130 countries all around the world trying to make better trade deals with this president, because companies know the way that you'll face no tariffs 100% is by manufacturing here in America. So we are seeing those investments roll in. We are seeing private sector job growth increase.
So I think we're going to end it at that. I think they're just going to keep on blaming Biden. And what they're going to do is they're going to keep on doing that to the next quarter. And then the next quarter, he already said that's Biden. So this is never going to be his fault. I thought one of the most craziest things I heard yesterday is when Biden was in office, Biden's economy was doing good. Trump took credit for that. Now Biden's gone, there's Trump in office, and it's Biden's fault. It's like this alternative world shit is insane. I don't know. Anyway, we got to get out of here. Thank y'all for watching.